date was 14th of November 2020. We were all woken up by the news of Prophet Shepherd Bushiri, aka Major One, and his wife fleeing from South Africa, having been recently granted bail 10 days before on the 4th of November 2020 as they faced the court trial arising from the plethora of cases and accusations and allegations leveled against them, ranging from money laundering and other things. And just 2 days ago, being 29th of March 2021, his 8-year-old daughter Israela died after suffering from what was suspected to be a lung infection. While good-spirited human joined the family of the self-appointed prophet to mourn the death of her daughter, he had enough in him to blame the death of his daughter, however, on the South African government, saying that had the daughter not been denied entry to Kenya at the first time of attempting, based on his medical advisor's opinion, Israela, his daughter, may not have died. I sympathize to the family, yet you may have seen the visuals of some parents wailing profusely because they could not send their own kids to school. Some have even died just because their money was tied down in the Bushiri forex investment. This is indeed a twist and some sad tales. However, no respite for the embattled church leader
against abuse in churches. Mr. Ashams, if you can just tell us as to how many people have contacted you? How many of the Bushiri investment scheme have contacted you?
Quite a number of people from different cities. You know, from East London, they contacted me. From Polokwane, they contacted me, and also from Nelspruit. So in total, just the Nelspruit area alone, you know, the Mpumalanga area, there was over 100 of them, and collectively they put together over 50 million rand. You know, some people invested 100,000, some people 50, some people 1 million. There was somebody who paid 1 million. A lot of them actually cashed on their pension money. Some of them retired from their job and invested because they were made to believe that once you put in money there, the benefit is enormous, and it's coming from their prophet, from their men of God. So they obviously believed it.
And these are people who surely, showed you their proof of payments. How has this really affected their livelihood?
No, they sent me their proof of payments, their slip, you know, the investment that they made with the name of the business, which is MCS Investment, which is an investment company set up by Bushiri and run by his pastors, who are his grand soldiers. You know, they're the ones that convince people to invest and all that. And for a lot of them, it has affected them in so many different ways. Some of them, they've lost their houses. They have lost their cars. Some of them has become sick, you know. Some of them are under depression. You know, there's a lady who actually got a stroke because she lost everything that she had. Some of them got to a place where they were on the brink of divorce, you know. And so it has impacted so many people in different ways. You know, some of them could not send their kids to school anymore. There was a couple that I spoke to in Nelspruit, and it has changed their lifestyle, all because they believed that this investment was going to change their life, which it never did.
Have you been able to, contact some of them ever since the Bushiri's escape, and how do they feel about this?
Some of them have contacted me during the Bushiri's escape, and quite with so much regret, so much regret, saying they're now losing hope of ever getting their money back.
Just like I said before in my first video, that had it been they didn't jump bail, this daughter of his would have remained free wherever she was. She could even have come to South Africa to receive the treatment that was due to her, and so whatever happened, I really want to say again, I want to reiterate that for me, this should be a time of real sober reflection and a time of trying to take things in the right perspective, and apportion the right understanding and stand well in the proportion of things, as it has to do with Shepherd Bushiri, who also is referred to as Major One. Having said that, I will let you listen to the video and watch the video, and also see some of the conditions that he was trying to give to the court, which outrightly was rejected.
Well, the extradition trial of self-proclaimed prophet Shepherd Bushiri continues in Malawi today. He faces 8 counts of rape dating back to 2016. Together with his wife, they are charged with money laundering, jumping bail and contravening foreign currency regulations. The Bushiris argue that South African witnesses whose statements were included in extradition documents must testify in Malawi. But ENC reporter Tsehoacho Mwari is following this story for us, and let's get an update now from her. Tseho, a very warm good morning to you, colleague. Just remind us, I suppose, of what took place this week.
Well, good morning, colleagues. So what actually took place last week, Monday, this case keeps being postponed to the following Monday, was that the defense has requested that, as you've mentioned, that witnesses who are in South Africa, whose names are mentioned in the extradition papers, that they actually go to Malawi to testify. And the state has opposed this because they're saying that this is not a trial for the Bushiris in Malawi. Instead, the trial will actually take place in South Africa because they are facing those charges of fraud, money laundering, and theft. And that is just the one part of what took place. The defense also raising issues about them not receiving documents from South Africa, from the state, and then the magistrate last week ordering that they've got 7 days, the state has got 7 days to give the defense these particular papers. And then we also heard the issue, Dumelo, around whether this matter should be heard as a civil or a criminal matter, and it will then be heard as a criminal matter. This is the ruling that was made by the magistrates last week.
And just speaking of that context, then what can we expect to take place today?
Well, today we are expecting Magistrate Patrick Chirwa to rule on these particular matters, especially the issue of whether witnesses from South Africa should actually go to Malawi to testify on the extradition case. And that is the main issue that we are looking into today, what the ruling there will be. Just a reminder as well that Magistrate Patrick Chirwa himself was requested to recuse himself. There was an application from the defense. They said that he was biased to this particular matter, but that obviously fell through, and he's now still presiding over this particular matter. So he will actually rule on all these issues later today.
Yeah, and that is happening, and I remember when I read, some of the reports coming through, that there seems to be issues, the Bushiris arguing that witnesses who have, sort of included their statements in the extradition documents need to testify in Malawi. This seems to be what they're hanging on right now.
Absolutely, that is definitely what they are hanging on. The Bushiris claiming that they do not believe that all the witnesses are actually, that some of the witnesses could be fake, and this is what they are hanging on as the defense. And this is how we'll then see how this extradition trial will actually move forward. So the big thing really is, Dumelo, as you've mentioned, the issue of whether witnesses from South Africa whose names have been mentioned in the extradition documents, whether they will then be told to actually go all the way to Malawi to testify, or whether they will be able to hear this extradition case without them in Malawi, but rather relying on the documents and the evidence that has been presented to the Malawian government.
So, however, having noted in my previous video that this is not the time for blame, apportioning blame onto anybody, on anybody, even on Bushiri or whosoever, but I sincerely want to say something here that though it is a sad news that his own daughter died, but the point I was trying to make here is that some parents actually lost their lives, some children lost their lives, some family lost their peace. There were some pensioners who lost their life investment, their life savings, on the scheme that was introduced by this self-acclaimed or self-appointed prophet, Major One, Bushiri. And so what I'm trying to say here is that it is a painful thing here. There is no parent or parents who in anywhere will be happy that they lost a child, and so we want to sympathize with him. I also want to empathize with him. I want to believe that some of the things he said was out of the pain that was occasioned on this at the spur of the moment. Actually, while I was trying to prepare this video, was when the memorial service for the child was being conducted. But then if we should go memory lane, you will understand, you will remember, having seen some parents who were crying, because of the incapacitation that they suffered due to the investment, part of which was why Bushiri was taken to court in the first place. It is worthy of mentioning here that the respite he thought he could get from his country's government is not actually as easy as he thought, because the government seemed to want to follow due process, and they want to respect the law, both the international law and the law of their country. And so we'll keep you posted as things get by. But one thing is certain, that and everybody and anybody, whoever you are, should be responsible for our actions, and we should know that there is always a consequence for every action that we take. If our actions are good, the consequences will bring good results, and if our actions are bad and wrong, the consequences also will be towards the path of what we sowed. Actually, the Bible said that whatever we sow, we shall reap. So till I come your way again in the next video, I want to say to you, God bless you, stand focused, and remain blessed in the name of the Lord. Remember not to forget to share the link, put down your comments, and like the video if you truly do. And I will be seeing you in the next video. Until I come your way again, I remain your brother in the Lord, and I want to say to you, Shalom.